Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eagles Nation Live, your go-to source for all things Philadelphia Eagles. I'm your host, bringing you the latest buzz from the NFL with that signature Philly grit and passion. Now, picture this. It's week 4 of the NFL season, and our birds are soaring high at 3-0, unbeaten and unbreakable. But here's the hook that's got everyone talking. Could this be the week where wide receiver A.J. Brown explodes onto the scene like a fireworks show over the Schuylkill River? After a monster second half against the Rams, Brown's got the tools, the talk, and the matchup to make it happen against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Folks, if you're an Eagles fan, buckle up because this could be the game that launches our offense into the stratosphere. Let's dive right in and break it all down. First off, a quick summary of the headlines straight from the nest at Lincoln Financial Field. The Eagles are gearing up for a Sunday showdown in Tampa, facing off against the Buccaneers, a team that's given Philly some headaches in recent years. Remember those playoff heartbreaks? Yeah, the Bucs knocked us out in the wild card round back in 2021, and then again last season in a game where our offense just couldn't find its rhythm. But fast forward to now, and the Eagles are a different beast. Sitting pretty at 3-0, they've got a balanced attack that's winning games even when things aren't clicking perfectly. The offense has shown flashes of brilliance, backed by a defense that's as tough as a cheesesteak from Geno's, stingy, physical, and always ready to pounce. And leading the charge? None other than A.J. Brown, who's primed for a breakout in Week 4 after lighting it up in the second half against the Rams. Now, let's rewind to Week 3 and really unpack what went down in that victory over Los Angeles. The Eagles started slow, folks. Our run game was grinding but not dominating, and the passing attack took a bit to heat up. But oh boy, when it did, it was electric. Jalen Hurts, our dual-threat quarterback who's been rewriting the Eagles' record books since he took over in 2020, threw for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's the kind of poise under pressure that reminds you why he's a former MVP candidate. And A.J. Brown? He was the star of the show in that second half, hauling in 6 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown. Imagine this. Hurts drops back, scans the field, and fires a laser to Brown streaking down the sideline. Boom, 6 points. It was the kind of play that had fans at the Link jumping out of their seats, chanting, "Fly Eagles fly," like it was Super Bowl Sunday all over again. Speaking of Brown, let's give this guy his flowers. Acquired in a blockbuster trade from the Titans back in 2022, AJ's been a game-changer for Philly. Standing at 6 feet 1 inch and built like a tank at 226 pounds, he's got that rare combo of speed, strength, and hands that stick like glue. His route running is precise, almost artistic, faking out defenders with a quick jab step before exploding deep. In his first season with us, he racked up over 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns, earning Pro Bowl nods and helping propel the team to the Super Bowl. But this year, it's been a slower start due to some early season tweaks in the offense, yet Brown's not one to complain. In fact, he's been refreshingly candid this week, dropping gems in the media that show his leadership. As Brown put it himself, the goal is to win the game, and obviously we want to do that first. I think it took too long as an offense to adjust in Week 3 and be more aggressive. When one thing's not working, let's not keep trying to bang our head on the wall and see if it'll work. Let's mix it up and do what we need to do. Wise words from a vet who's seen it all. That's the mindset that's going to elevate this team. Adaptability, aggression, and a refusal to settle. Under head coach Nick Sirianni, who's brought that fiery energy since 2021, the Eagles have emphasized versatility. Sirianni's schemes blend the run-pass option, RPO, plays that play to Hurts' strengths, mixing in play-action passes to open up the field for receivers like Brown and Devonta Smith. Smith, by the way, our slim reaper at wide out, complements Brown perfectly with his silky smooth routes and big play ability. Together, they're like Batman and Robin out there. But let's talk tactics, because this Week 4 matchup against the Bucs is tailor-made for an aerial assault. Tampa Bay boasts the 6th best rushing defense in the league, allowing just 252 yards on the ground through 3 games. That's stout. Think Saquon Barkley, our new star running back who joined from the Giants this offseason, might face some resistance trying to bulldoze through their front 7. Barkley's been a revelation, rushing for over 300 yards already, but if the Bucs stack the box, that's when they crowd the line to stop the run. For you newer fans, the Eagles will need to air it out. And here's where it gets juicy. The Buccaneers rank 17th against the pass, surrendering 702 yards and 4 touchdowns so far. That's vulnerability we can exploit. With Brown coming off that hot second half, expect Hurts to target him early and often. Maybe on those deep posts or crossing routes where AJ can use his yards after catch, YAC, prowess to turn a 10-yard grab into a 40-yard gain. To put this in historical context, let's zoom out a bit. The Eagles' 3-0 start is their best since 2016, when they went 3-0 under Doug Peterson before fizzling out. But this squad feels different, more resilient, more loaded. Compare it to our 2017 Super Bowl winning team. That year, we had a balanced offense led by Carson Wentz, but injuries derailed him, and Nick Foles stepped up for that magical run, culminating in the Philly special trick play that beat the Patriots. Fast forward, and Hurts is channeling that same underdog spirit. Statistically, Philly's defense is top 5 in points allowed, echoing the Reggie White-era dominance. White, the Minister of Defense, who terrorized quarterbacks in the 80s and 90s with his sack totals. Or Brian Dawkins, Weapon X, whose hard hits defined our secondary for over a decade. Today's unit, with stars like Darius Slay at corner and Jordan Davis on the line, carries that legacy. And don't get me started on our NFC East rivalries. These games are bloodbaths. The Cowboys, with their star on the helmet, always bring the drama. Remember the 2022 Christmas Eve thriller where we edged them out? The Giants, our New York foes, and the Commanders. Every matchup is a battle for division supremacy. Beating the Bucs, an NFC South team, could give us momentum heading into those divisional clashes. Pop culture tie-in. Think about how the Eagles inspired the Invincible movie with Mark Wahlberg, capturing that blue-collar Philly vibe. Or how Jason Kelce, our retiring center who's now a podcast sensation with brother Travis, embodies the city's heart. His Super Bowl parade speech in that mummer's costume. Legendary. Now, for some fun, let's imagine what folks are saying around the league. I caught up with a fictional Eagles insider, call him Coach Mike, a retired coordinator, who told me A.J. Brown's got that dog in him. Against Tampa's secondary, which has been leaky like a sieve, he could easily go for 150 yards and 2 scores. It's all about Hurts reading the blitz and getting the ball out quick. And from a die-hard fan at Pat Stakes, yo, if Brown balls out, we're unstoppable. Fly Eagles fly all the way to the playoffs. Even Buccaneers QB Baker Mayfield might be sweating. His defense needs to step up, but with injuries nagging their linebackers, it could be a long day. Looking ahead, a win here catapults us to 4-0, strengthening our grip on the NFC. Implications? Better seeding in the playoffs, maybe a first-round bye. But if the offense stalls early like in Week 3, it could expose cracks, though I predict Brown breaks out big, Hurts throws for 300+, and we roll 31-20. Seasonal impact. This could spark a run reminiscent of our 2022 campaign, where we started hot and made the Super Bowl. Expert opinion. Analysts like those on ESPN are buzzing. Some say Philly's the team to beat in the NFC, with odds favoring us for the division title. But wait, there's more to chew on. Eagles trivia time. Did you know Fly Eagles Fly dates back to the 1960s, originally the Eagles' victory song? It's belted out after every touchdown at the Link, uniting 69,000 fans in a sea of green. Historic moments. The 2017 Super Bowl 52 win over Tom Brady's Patriots, 41-33, our first ring. Or the Snow Bowl in 2013 against the Lions, where LeSean McCoy rushed for 217 yards in a blizzard. Connections to current events. With the NFL's international push, imagine the Eagles playing in London. Our fan base is global, from Philly to fans rocking Kelly green jerseys worldwide. In wrapping this up, Eagles fans, this Week 4 clash is must-see TV. A.J. Brown's on the cusp of something special, and with our team firing on all cylinders, the sky's the limit. So grab your gear, rally the crew, and tune in Sunday. Let's see if our birds can keep soaring. What do you think? Will Brown have that breakout? Drop your predictions in the comments below, subscribe for more Eagles updates, and remember, in Philly, we don't just watch football, we live it. Fly Eagles fly. Until next time, this is your anchor signing off.